Good morning, everyone. First of all, my name is Otis Suey, General Manager of Darlings Ford, Volkswagen Audi here in Bangor. Today is a very, very important day for us. Huge announcement. We get a chance to have this press conference to announce our partnership, Darlings with Ricky Craven Speedway, presented by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. We've been working behind the scenes on this since last year. A lot of time has been spent. A lot of conversations have been spent. We're really excited about what the future holds between our partnership with the Speedway and Darlings. Today is something that I've been looking forward to. I have to admit, I've been here 30 years. I know I don't look that old, but I have been here 30 years. And along the way, we've had a lot of involvement with the track with our own employees, from race teams to spectators. The support that we've received when we first started talking about this has been amazing. Today, I get the chance to introduce a few people. One most important at this point is Ricky Craven himself. Main Zone Ricky Craven, NASCAR driver, is now the new owner of Ricky Craven's Speedway presented by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. We've become fast friends. Spent a lot of time talking back and forth, trying to figure these details out. Proud to say that this dealership, the Ford location, is actually going to put up the official car and truck of the track, the Ford Mustang and the Ford F-150. The Darlings company is actually sponsoring the Pro Stock Series, which is back. And as you can see by the cars here this morning, very impressive. We're looking forward to that level of racing again at the track. So now I get to hand it off to Ricky Craven himself. He's here somewhere. So looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. You only have to look at this car to understand how excited I am about this partnership. It's representative of our new Speedway, but simultaneous or synonymous with Darlings, which Jay, Lynn, and Connor, I've always admired your company and what your great-grandfather started, or great-great-grandfather started, and then Owen and John. So proud to be part of this team now. Thank you for the help. When I got to the Speedway last summer, and before I signed to become the new owner, I had established in my mind that there were certain things that had to happen. 60 years old, I needed to make a commitment that was reasonable and logical. That commitment was 10 years. And it was predicated on being able to do these things. Number one, we had to create a new brand and a new identity. And my identity has been associated with racing for 40 plus years. But not just any racing. I raced in the Daytona 500 a dozen times, at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the same. And I wanted the toughest track in North America. I want to bring that to this area. I want to bring it home. I want to bring it to Central Maine. And front and center to do that was to create partnerships. And of course, that's why we're here today. I had to also identify that the track itself needed to be resurrected. It needed some influence. It needed a catalyst. Before we could get to the track, we needed to rally the troops. We needed to bring back the competitors, because without the competitors, we've got no show. The competitors had become a little bit maybe agnostic to the racetrack. They had given up. They had no hope. Well, they have hope. And this is another example of the hope. This is another example of what's coming. And they're gonna the Pro Stock Series was a priority because it's going to bring a compelling form of racing that hadn't been seen in years in Central Maine. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of who we're doing it with. And I think that our customers are going to be the winners in this equation. So with that said, I want to introduce Jay, my new teammate. He'll be sitting in the right seat for a while, but I'll hand off the keys when we're ready. Jay, thank you.
Thank you, Ricky.
Good morning. We're awful proud to be sponsoring the Speedway with Ricky. Those other great sponsors like Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, and several more that are be announced in the next few weeks as well. We have a long history of sponsoring motorsports events, whether it's car shows, drag racing, and like Otis said, we've been sponsoring the Speedway for over 30 years. So we're excited to be part of that. We're excited for the changes that are going on at the track, and we're awful excited to be part of the official car and truck of the racetrack. So just happy to be helping Ricky and supporting the local competitors and the local community as we have for years. I guess that's all I have. I don't talk as long as Ricky or Otis. If you've ever been on the phone with either one of those two, you'd know why.
In my second life, I got paid to talk. So, Jay, thank you very much for taking the time to make this a priority for us. And as I said, the customers are the winners, but I was here a few weeks ago with my F-150, #1 seller for 50 years, and it was a mechanical problem. I took it to the service department. The guys were spectacular. They were as good as any pit crew I've ever had, and they were as enthusiastic about this racing and this track and what we're doing as I ever could have imagined. They called me, said, Ricky, it's going to be 2 weeks. We got to find some parts. We ain't never seen this problem before.
Well,
I said,
is it a Southern truck?
I said, talk to Otis. Otis knows what I'm talking about. But Otis and I made a few laps at the track. But Otis and I have to say, Otis, thank you very much for first establishing that for it to be a good deal, it's got to be good for both of us. And that's exactly how we arrived today. And then for your team, Hillary's done a remarkable job, but it goes much deeper than that. So you've got a great team here, Jay.
We appreciate that, and we're looking forward to all the renovations that you're doing over there. It's gonna be a great venue.
Yeah, it seems natural because you have a connection with Curtis Samard from Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, so it just seems like one big family now.